Hello, Aviation Nation. Welcome back to another episode of Cowboy's Vintage Wings. Buckle up as we dive into the daring Operation El Dorado Canyon, the longest fighter combat mission in history. Today we are spotlighting the incredible F-111 Aardvark. Explore its advanced capabilities and the tactical considerations behind the breathtaking Libyan raid. Pay tribute to the bravery and sacrifice made by the crew of Karma 5-2, Major Fernando Ribas Dominicci, and his weapons system officer Captain Paul Lawrence.
The year was 1986. The Cold War held the world in a tense grip. A web of alliances and ideologies fueled conflicts across the globe. One such flashpoint was Libya. Under the iron-fisted rule of Muammar Gaddafi, the North African nation had become a hotbed of terrorism. Gaddafi, with his anti-Western rhetoric and support for terrorist groups, posed a direct threat to American interests and allies. Tensions reached a boiling point in the spring of 1986. A string of terrorist attacks, including the bombing of a Berlin discotheque frequented by American servicemen, was directly linked to Libyan agents. The Reagan administration, determined to respond decisively, opted for a show of force. The target key Libyan military and government installations directly tied to Gaddafi's regime. The mission Operation El Dorado Canyon. This would be no surgical strike. The operation demanded a daring plan, one that would involve a long-range air raid across hundreds of miles of hostile airspace. The stakes were high, the risks even higher. The success of the mission hinged on the element of surprise and the precision of the attack. To achieve this, the United States Air Force would turn to a technological marvel of the Cold War era, the F-111 Aardvark. The stage was set for a confrontation that would test the mettle of American air power and forever etch the name El Dorado Canyon in the annals of military history. The F-111 Aardvark was more than just an aircraft. It was a groundbreaking piece of technology that embodied the cutting-edge advancements of Cold War aviation. Designed as a versatile fighter-bomber, the Aardvark was equipped to handle a variety of missions, from deep penetration strikes to reconnaissance. One of the most striking features of the F-111 was its variable geometry wings, commonly known as swept-back wings. These wings could be adjusted to different angles mid-flight, allowing the aircraft to optimize its aerodynamics for various speeds and altitudes. At maximum sweep, the wings folded back to reduce drag, enabling the Aardvark to achieve a blistering top speed of Mach 2.5 or approximately 1,650 miles per hour. The F-111's role as a fighter-bomber meant it was designed to carry out precise high-speed attacks on enemy targets. Its advanced avionics and radar systems allowed it to navigate and strike with unparalleled accuracy, even in adverse weather conditions or at night. The aircraft's service ceiling, the maximum altitude it could attain, was around 66,000 feet, providing it with a significant operational range and the ability to evade lower altitude threats. When it came to ordnance, the F-111 was a force to be reckoned with. It could carry a wide array of munitions, including conventional bombs, precision-guided bombs, and air-to-surface missiles. This flexibility made it an invaluable asset in various combat scenarios, from strategic bombing missions to close air support for ground troops. The combination of speed, versatility, and advanced technology made the F-111 Aardvark a cornerstone of American air power during the Cold War. As we continue to explore the intricacies of Operation El Dorado Canyon, the role of this remarkable aircraft becomes ever more evident. It wasn't just a machine. It was a symbol of technological prowess and strategic ingenuity, crucial for the success of one of the most daring air raids in military history. The F-111 was also equipped with advanced defensive systems, including electronic countermeasures to jam enemy radar and evade surface-to-air missiles. Additionally, the aircraft featured a unique capsule ejection system which allowed the entire crew compartment to be ejected even underwater, enhancing crew survival in emergency situations. As the clock struck midnight on April 15, 1986, the quiet airfield of RAF Lakenheath in Suffolk, England, buzzed with a sense of urgency and purpose. The air was thick with the weight of the mission ahead. Operation El Dorado Canyon was about to commence. In the darkness, a fleet of 24 F-111 Aardvarks stood ready, their sleek forms illuminated by the dim glow of airfield lights. Ground crews meticulously conducted their final checks, ensuring every system was operational and every weapon securely fastened. The pilots, fully briefed and donning their flight gear, climbed into the cockpits, their minds focused on the task at hand. As the mission commenced, the first of the F-111S roared to life, its engines emitting a powerful growl that reverberated across the airfield. One by one, the aircraft taxied to the runway, forming an impressive line of airborne warriors ready to take to the skies. The tension was palpable, yet every crew member knew that the success of the mission depended on their precision and resolve. As the lead aircraft received the clearance for takeoff, it surged down the runway, lifting off into the night sky with a grace that belied its formidable power. Following closely behind, the remaining Aardvarks ascended in quick succession, their afterburners glowing like beacons in the darkness. The 24 aircraft swiftly formed up into their designated formations, heading towards their first rendezvous point for air refueling. The departure from RAF Lakenheath marked the beginning of a meticulously planned operation that would test the limits of technology, strategy, and human endurance. Each aircraft carried not only a payload of advanced munitions, but also the hopes and determination of a mission designed to send a powerful message. As they soared through the night, the F-111 Aardvarks left behind the safety of their home base, venturing into the unknown with a singular objective: to strike at the heart of Libyan targets and return safely. The journey ahead was fraught with challenges, but the resolve of the pilots and their aircraft was unwavering. With the skies now their domain, the F-111S pressed on, the first leg of a mission that would soon become a defining moment in Cold War history. As the gears of Operation El Dorado Canyon began to turn, one crucial element emerged as a lifeline for the mission: the need for air refueling. The long-range air raid required the aircraft to travel vast distances, crossing hostile territories without the luxury of nearby bases for refueling. The F-111 Aardvarks, despite their advanced capabilities, needed mid-air refueling to sustain their journey and ensure they could strike their targets with precision and return safely. This necessity became even more pressing when Spain and France denied the United States the use of their airspace. The refusal forced the mission planners to chart an alternative, more perilous route. The aircraft had to fly a longer path over the Atlantic Ocean, skirting the edges of Europe and the Mediterranean Sea. This detour added complexity and increased the duration of the mission, intensifying the need for precise and timely air refueling operations. The KC-10 extenders and KC-135 stratotankers, the workhorses of aerial refueling, were dispatched to rendezvous with the strike aircraft at predetermined points. These mid-air refueling operations had to be executed flawlessly, often in the dead of night and under the constant threat of enemy detection. The pilots and crews of the refueling tankers displayed exceptional skill and coordination, ensuring the Aardvarks received the fuel they needed to complete their mission. However, the challenges were manifold. Turbulent weather conditions, the sheer distance, and the constant need to avoid detection by enemy radar systems added layers of complexity to an already daunting task. Despite these hurdles, the air refueling operations were a testament to the logistical prowess and meticulous planning of the United States Air Force. The success of these refueling missions underscored the strategic importance of air mobility and the ability to project power across great distances. It was a critical factor that allowed Operation El Dorado Canyon to proceed, ensuring that the strike aircraft could reach their targets and return, albeit not without sacrifice. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of this mission, we recognize the unsung heroes, the tanker air crews who, high above the earth, kept the lifeline flowing, enabling the daring raid that would leave an indelible mark on Cold War history. Nobody kicks ass without tanker gas. As Operation El Dorado Canyon unfolded, the strategic targets in Libya were meticulously selected to cripple Colonel Muammar Gaddafi's military capabilities and send a clear message of deterrence. The primary objectives included the Bab al-Azizia barracks, Gaddafi's command and control center, the Sidi Bilal Naval Academy, and the Tripoli and Benghazi airfields. These sites were not only military installations, but also symbolized Gaddafi's regime and its support for international terrorism. However, striking these targets was anything but straightforward. Libya's air defense network was sophisticated, incorporating a range of surface-to-air missile, SAM systems and radar installations, many of which were supplied by the Soviet Union. The primary threat came from the S-75 Divina SA-2 guideline, and S-125 Neva Pechora SA-3 Goa missile systems, known for their ability to engage high-speed, high-altitude aircraft. Additionally, Libya had an extensive array of anti-aircraft artillery and mobile SAM units, making the airspace highly contested. To overcome these formidable defenses, the F-111 Aardvarks had to employ a combination of speed, altitude, and electronic warfare tactics. The aircraft's advanced electronic countermeasures, ECM systems, played a crucial role in jamming enemy radar and disrupting missile guidance systems. Pilots had to execute complex maneuvers to evade incoming threats, often flying at low altitudes to avoid radar detection and using the terrain to their advantage. The mission's planners also had to consider the element of surprise. The strike was timed to occur at night, leveraging the cover of darkness to reduce the likelihood of detection and engagement by Libyan air defenses. Despite these precautions, the mission was fraught with danger. The pilots faced the constant threat of being targeted by SAMs or anti-aircraft fire, and the margin for error was razor thin. In the end, the success of Operation El Dorado Canyon hinged on the precise execution of the strike plan and the bravery of the air crews who risked their lives to carry out the mission. The challenges of navigating and neutralizing Libya's air defenses underscored the complexity and peril of modern aerial warfare, highlighting the skill and determination required to achieve strategic objectives in hostile environments. As we transition to the next phase of our story, the critical role of air refueling becomes even more apparent, ensuring that these daring aviators could complete their mission and return home safely. Amidst the daring maneuvers and the high-stakes environment of Operation El Dorado Canyon, the bravery of Major Fernando Ribas Dominicci and his weapons system officer Captain Paul Lawrence stands as a shining example of courage and dedication within the United States Air Force. On the fateful night of the mission, their aircraft, designated Karma 5-2, embarked on the perilous journey, fully aware of the immense risks involved. The skies over Libya were hostile, filled with the threats of anti-aircraft artillery and surface-to-air missiles. Yet the crew of Karma 5-2 pressed on, guided by their unwavering commitment to the mission and their comrades. Tragically, as Karma 5-2 ingressed the target area, the aircraft was positioned as the trailing element in the attack formation. It was only separated by timing of 1 minute behind the previous strike section. It's believed that a Libyan surface-to-air missile found its mark by striking their aircraft and ultimately brought them down. The crew of Karma 5-2 attempted to eject, but despite their capsule leaving the aircraft, the parachute never deployed. The capsule fell on the Gulf of Sidra. The body of Major Ribas Dominicci was returned by the Libyan government 3 years later. An autopsy determined the cause of his death to be drowning while he was unconscious. Captain Lawrence's remains were never recovered, and only his flight helmet was found after it washed ashore. This marked a very somber moment in which time stood still for everyone involved in the execution of the operation. The loss of Major Fernando Luis Ribas Dominicci, affectionately called Nando, and his weapons system officer Captain Paul Lawrence was a profound sacrifice, a stark reminder of the human cost of military endeavors. This chapter pays tribute to their valor and sacrifice. Despite the tragedy that befell Karma 5-2, their efforts contributed to the mission's ultimate objectives. Their sacrifice did not go unnoticed. In fact, it became an inspiration to many. Join us as we honor the memory of these brave airmen and delve into this pivotal moment in aviation history, a testament to the indomitable spirit and sacrifice of those who serve. As the tragic news of Karma 52's downing reached the US command, a wave of somber reflections spread among the personnel involved. The loss of Major Fernando Ribas Dominicci and Captain Paul Lawrence was a stark reminder of the mission's perilous nature. Immediate efforts were undertaken to understand the circumstances that led to the aircraft's downing, with intelligence and reconnaissance teams working tirelessly to piece together the sequence of events. In the hours following the operation, the mood at RAF Lakenheath was heavy. Pilots and crew members who had shared training sessions and camaraderie with the fallen airmen gathered in solemn respect. The focus now shifted to ensuring that their sacrifice would not be in vain. Military leaders reviewed the mission's outcomes, analyzing the effectiveness of the strikes and the performance of the F-111 Aardvark. Meanwhile, back home, the families of Major Ribas Dominicci and Captain Lawrence were notified, their lives forever altered by the news. The Air Force community rallied around them, providing support and honoring the bravery of their loved ones. The story of Karma 52 became a poignant chapter in the narrative of Operation El Dorado Canyon, underscoring the human cost of military operations. The immediate response to the loss of Karma 52 also involved a renewed commitment to the mission's objectives. The sacrifices made by these brave airmen fueled a determination to see the operation through to its successful conclusion. Their memory served as a powerful motivator for their comrades who vowed to carry on the mission with the same courage and dedication. As we reflect on this somber moment, we pay tribute to the resilience and fortitude of the Air Force personnel who continued to execute their duties with unwavering resolve. The legacy of Karma 52 lives on, a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of those who serve in the face of immense danger. As the dust settled over Libya, the impact of Operation El Dorado Canyon reverberated around the world. The mission, despite its risks and the tragic loss of Karma 52, was a significant success. The airstrikes crippled key military installations, sending a clear message to Muammar Gaddafi and demonstrating the precision and power of the United States Air Force. The F-111 Aardvark, the star of the operation, proved its worth beyond any doubt. This versatile aircraft showcased its ability to perform complex long-range missions with remarkable accuracy and resilience. The F-111's performance during Operation El Dorado Canyon solidified its reputation as a technical marvel and a critical asset in the US military's arsenal. The mission's success had far-reaching implications for future military operations. It highlighted the importance of advanced technology, meticulous planning, and the valor of those who execute these high-stakes missions. The lessons learned from El Dorado Canyon informed future strategies, emphasizing the need for precision, coordination, and adaptability in modern warfare. The legacy of the F-111 Aardvark endures in military aviation history. It set new standards for strike aircraft, influencing the design and development of future generations of military planes like the B-1B Lancer and the F-14 Tomcat. The bravery of its pilots, like Major Fernando Ribas Dominicci, continues to inspire airmen and women around the globe. To honor his memory, the government of Puerto Rico renamed the Isla Grande Airport in San Juan to Fernando Ribas Dominicci Airport. Operation El Dorado Canyon was a defining moment that shaped the future of aerial warfare. It stands as a testament to the courage, skill, and dedication of those who serve, and the enduring legacy of the F-111 Aardvark never forget. Operation El Dorado Canyon will forever be etched in the annals of military history. Join us next time as we explore more pivotal moments in aviation history. This is Cowboy's Vintage Wings signing out. And to the crew of Karma 52, gentlemen, please swept your wings and light your burners. Turn heading 270. You are cleared unrestricted climb to Angel's level at your discretion. Nando and Paul, we wish you blue skies and tailwinds, my brothers, till Valhalla. Cowboy's Vintage Wings will continue honoring the stories of valor and innovation that continue to shape our world. Please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Cowboy out.